Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am really glad that you found us. This channel is all about retirement in Mexico, what it is like, how to prepare, and what you need to know if you are thinking about making that move from the US or Canada. And if you have been following along, thank you so much for being part of this growing community. As we get closer to making the final move to retire in Mexico, we have been spending more and more time in Mexico, especially in San Miguel de Allende and Guadalajara, where we plan to retire full-time. So, we have been flying back and forth a lot from our home base in Chicago, testing out different airlines and routes to see what works best. Normally, we fly Aeromexico, but now they are not offering daily non-stop flights from Chicago to Guadalajara. So for this trip, we decided to give Volaris a try. It is a budget airline based in Mexico, and to be honest, we had pretty low expectations after reading some of the reviews online. Let's just say that Volaris doesn't exactly have a 5-star reputation. We have seen complaints about delays, uncomfortable seats, hidden fees, and horrible customer service. But we figured, why not give it a chance? And if we are able to get a decent experience, this could give us more options in regards to schedules to fly more often to Mexico. And to be honest with you, it's much cheaper than flying Aeromexico or any other airlines. To make our reservation, we went to Volaris website, which is volaris.com, and it seems like they have 3 different categories for the reservations. The first one is the 01, where you are allowed to bring only one personal item, a pretty small one, like your purse, nothing more than that. And we didn't do that one. The second one is the basic one, which is what we selected, where you are able to get one personal item, which was my purse, and one carry-on. Nothing more than that. And that's what we selected. And the last one is the plus, which is one personal item, one carry-on, plus one checked bag up to 55 pounds. And then you also get access to Volaris TV, which is a code that they give you. And you are able to access pretty much the application with movies and TV shows. In addition to that, you can make changes to your flight without any additional fees. And the good thing about this is the priority boarding. But we selected the basic one. The boarding process was pretty uneventful, but I have to say that everybody from Volaris, everybody was extremely friendly. So no complaints about that. And even though we selected the basic reservation, somehow when boarding the plane, we got access to the code to the internet. So we were able to watch movies and TV shows for free. We didn't have to pay for the 20 pesos. A Volaris person, when entering, pretty much they gave us the password. So that was really nice. And even though we selected some of the front seats, the seats in the front, which are supposed to be roomier and more comfortable and create more space, I have to say that there's no space in those seats. Extremely tight. I'm pretty short, and it was extremely tight for me. Not much space. And once again, I was in the front seats, which are supposed to be bigger and more comfortable and roomy, and it was rough, I have to say that. If you are planning to drink anything or eat anything on board, you're going to have to pay for that. So they are not going to give you anything for free. They do have a pretty extensive menu. You can get access to the menu in the app, or they also have a paper copy in front of you in the seat. And it's pretty extensive. Like I said, they do have a lot of options. They have sandwiches, chips, soda, peanuts, and some other things, popcorn, I believe. So they do have a lot of items. They are not expensive, but they are not included, so you have to pay for that. So Not a big deal, but just keep that in mind. In regards to departing, I didn't experience any delays. So, to be honest, we were pretty reluctant to fly Volaris because of all the reviews that we saw online. And you know what? We were pleasantly surprised. We flew from Chicago Midway to Guadalajara, and the experience was actually pretty smooth. The staff at the airport and on board were professional and friendly. The flight boarded on time, and we arrived right when we were supposed to. The main downside, of course, it was a leg room. It is definitely very tight, no way around that. If you are a tall person or if you just like to get some extra space, I highly recommend paying for one of the seats with extra leg room. That's what I did, and it was still pretty tight, and I'm pretty short, so just keeping that in mind. For a 4-hour flight, it was rough. Something that really surprised me in a good way is the onboard food and drink menu. Volaris has a pretty decent selection available for purchase. Nothing is going to be for free. You are going to have to pay for that. They have sandwiches, snacks, sodas, coffee, even some alcoholic beverages. It's not included in your fare, but it's pretty convenient and it's not expensive. We got a sandwich and a soda, and honestly, it was way better than we expected. Great option if you didn't have time to eat before boarding. Here's another tip. Volaris also offers in-flight entertainment, movies and TV shows that you can watch on your own device through their app. All you have to do is download the Volaris Play app before your flight. You can pay about 20 pesos, which is the equivalent of $1 for a code to unlock the content. Somehow I was able to get the code for free in my flight. But if you buy food or drinks on board, usually they will give you the same code for free, which is a nice little perk. We watched a movie on my phone, and the selection wasn't bad at all for a budget airline. Just remember to bring your own headphones. They are not going to provide you those. Now, if you're thinking about retiring in Mexico, travel is going to be part of your lifestyle. Whether you are visiting cities like Guadalajara, León, or Mexico City, or flying back to the United States or Canada to visit family. So, trying out airlines like Volaris is part of the process. And if you are flexible and keep your expectations realistic, it's a pretty affordable option to help you make those scouting trips or long-term visits work. This trip went really well. After landing in Guadalajara, we spent a few days exploring before heading over to San Miguel de Allende. We met some great people, got a better sense of the neighborhoods, and continued putting together the places for our full-time move. So here's the bottom line. Volaris exceeded my expectations. The staff was friendly. The flight was on time. They had snacks, drinks, and even movies and shows if you download their app. The biggest drawback was the tight seating, but what else can you expect with a budget airline? All in all, it was a pretty decent experience. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next flight or maybe the next sunset in San Miguel or Guadalajara. Take care.